Next question is from someone who's live in the studio, Anne-Marie De La Guardia from Deltona, Florida. Go ahead.
Politicians all over the country are getting between a woman and her doctor and taking away her constitutional right to choose. How will you protect a woman's right to choose?
Who would you like to go first?
Congressman John.
Sure. I appreciate that question. I believe life begins at conception, and that life deserves to be protected. And so for me, it's about creating a culture that values life, from the unborn to the child facing significant economic or hunger issues to the elderly person who perhaps is a shut-in. I understand it's a very personal issue. It's a very human issue. I will tell you, even the Supreme Court, in its landmark case 40 years ago, recognized the viability of the unborn as a test when they put certain restrictions on it. So for me, I believe life begins at conception. For others, it might be later. But I will tell you the Supreme Court and Congress eventually possibly will have to deal with the fact that 40 years after the viability standard was created, viability's changed as a result of medical science.
I believe, quite simply, that the most important right you have as a human being is the right to control your own body. And that includes terminating pregnancy if that's what you so desire. I don't think that there should be any shame in that. I think there should, if anything, be a shame in the concept that you force a woman to have a child that that woman does not want to have. To me, that itself is criminal. And therefore, among other things, I've adamantly opposed every effort by this Congress to try to restrict a woman's right to choose. I've proudly opened a Planned Parenthood clinic in my district and faced down protesters so that I could dedicate that clinic. And I have, with some degree of pride, actually attended Planned Parenthood fundraisers and contributed to them. I think that it's very important that women be treated with the same rights as men. And believe me, if men could have abortions, you could probably get them out of slot machines.